Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in, y'all. Get on in here, get on in here. You are now in Tamika's den. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Hey, Taria. You always the first one in the comments. Hey, y'all. Of course, I'm here with your favorite Diva. Okay, Nita the Diva is in the building. And y'all know we come through every Monday to try to break down Yellowjackets for y'all. I don't see too many people here yet. Maybe some gonna be sliding on in as we get into it. But if you do come in the replay, make sure you let us know replay game. Let us know what you thought about this episode, what your rating was, and all that good stuff. Hey, Miss T.
Yes. Hey, Miss T.
So, yeah, Nita, what did you think about this episode?
I liked the episode. I really did. I think they're doing a good job with keeping us, wondering, trying to figure the thing out, child. It's just a mess. It's questions on top of questions on top of questions. So
yeah, we got some of our answers. Some of these predictions was right about
yeah.
time in our last discussion. So I was like, okay, I did like that. And all right, let's see. Hey,
Hey, see when.
thanks for coming through.
Yes. Appreciate you, Miss T. All y'all. I was like,
hmm
any black people watching Yellowjackets, come on and get your life. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
It is. It is. I mean, I definitely am enjoying it, man. I'm enjoying it.
What's up, Brillo?
What's up, Brillo?
Yeah. So I definitely liked it. I like that we got a lot of answers with Thaisa.
hmm
We needed some answers, and I'm just so glad that they really just kind of gave us the breadcrumbs that we needed.
Right. Yeah, that's true. We was basically wondering, like, we knew that she had, of course, the sleep issues, and we knew that there was more issues there, and that most of these issues she had was actually from before they even came on the plane. We talked about that last week. How I think we said her and Lottie was both already on medications, and we know that daggone Misty was nuttier than a fruitcake before she came there. But of course, them going through this experience, I feel like just amplified it. And then the fact that they didn't have their medication. So we definitely started to see some more things. I was like, okay,
Yes,
we
yes,
getting somewhere now.
definitely.
Thanks
Brill
for coming
is,
through.
is on Showtime.
Yeah,
Showtime.
Showtime. hmm
Oh yeah, and so we're like in season 2. So season 1, I'm telling you, it's a quick binge. If you
hmm
have time because of the mystery element, you definitely can binge it and catch on up. So
Yeah, definitely.
see how you like it.
It's bugged out. I'm gonna tell you that.
Crazy. It's crazy.
It's definitely bugged out. Thanks for coming through. Of course, if y'all are not subscribed to Brillo the Big Review, I think everybody subscribed to him by now. But if you just so
Right.
happen to not be, make sure y'all go and subscribe over there. Okay, lock in with the plug. Hey, Samara, thanks for coming through.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. So yeah, I'm wondering, what y'all thinking about this episode, what y'all would rate it. You know, I don't know my rating yet. I think I gotta watch it again, but I definitely did think it was interesting.
Yeah,
And
in
we
our discussion, we'll figure out, after
mhm,
the end, we'll rate it at the end.
yeah. So coach, what you thought about this? Was this him like reminiscing?
The thing about that, it felt like, how when they say when you about to die, you see your life flash before your eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Telling you, that's what this was given. It was like, he know.
Yeah, and coach looked bad too.
He know he at the end, and with the visions that he's been seeing, and it
Mm-hmm.
was like some kind of illusion or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, no.
Yeah, he was looking real bad. It just seemed like he was, and he was the. I got a question that I don't want to bring up, but I felt
Right,
like he was so disgusted with them and so turned off. I was just like, oh Lord.
right.
So of course we see child. They still got Jackie out there on the fire. Bones. Okay, they got this girl to the bones.
Exactly.
And first, what is her name? Natalie was just sitting outside, and then we see Ty come out, and Ty start flipping like, what's going on? Y'all look at Jackie. Some animal done came and ate her up, and they like, girl, what? It's not funny, but she
Right.
was going off.
But you know what? What I found interesting with that whole thing is that I didn't realize that Thaisa had went into the other person. So I'm wondering, is she being for real or is she not being for real? So, you know what I'm saying? When she said she didn't remember doing it and all that stuff, I was just like, everybody was like, you was acting normal, you was acting just like yourself, and what's going on? I talked to you, and so
Right.
I like, ooh,
Yeah, because Van was saying, like, I had a whole conversation with you. You looked right in my face, and it really took the cake when she was like, you ate her face. I said, girl. Oh Lord, she didn't remember anything. I'm like, oh my goodness. So, everybody that was saying they felt like Ty had a split personality.
yeah,
I'm like, I guess we right. I guess it's more than one of her. And I'm wondering if it's just two or if it's more. That was part of one of the questions that I had. Cause I'm like, ooh, because Van obviously had no clue. She just figured like, girl, you was up, you was down with it. And she more so just looked at it at her having the sleep problem.
right. Because the whole thing about it is that when they all kind of came to the to her body before they went to
Mm-hmm.
take, I felt like everybody was a willing participant.
Right.
And so that's why I was just like, what is going on? I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. So yeah,
Exactly.
it took me a little aback or whatever. So I was
Yes. I was like, okay, girl.
like,
She seemed to be so shocked at them telling her this. Like, what are y'all talking about? She actually ended up getting sick to her stomach. Now,
right.
this whole thing with Daggone Natalie and Lottie, it was kind of irritating me because I was like, okay, what are we doing? We going sightseeing, we hanging out. Like the last we saw her, she was, basically ready to go pretty much. And Lottie was telling her she had to wait for the next day because nothing else wasn't going out for the night or however it was. But she seems kind of like she was just comfortable and trying to take it in and I guess figure things out, maybe get into
Right.
Lottie's little, her little cabin space, maybe to snoop around and look into things, I'm thinking.
Right. Yeah. She was just trying to figure it out. And I was just like, I just feel like her spidey senses is just
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what is going on. So yeah.
Right.
That's how I felt about that. Now, this thing about this little girl who cut this chicken head off or
Yeah,
whatever,
that's true,
and
Miss T.
baby, when she was sitting up there and she was getting ready to put that axe down, I said, "Bitch, you're not even looking when you
Right.
swing that axe."
Mm-hmm.
And then, sure enough, Natalie was like, you might want to not do that. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there
Mm-hmm.
might be some kind of foretelling, foreshadowing of something. I think that girl's gonna lose her hand some kind of way, something. Like I just feel like that was intentionally because otherwise I just don't know why they put it in the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And I was like, nah, girl. So of course we get to see that her wife is in the hospital. She all messed up. She's having hallucinations or dreams or whatever, even with this part and being in the hospital, because it's like she could hear the doctor talking, but she can't. And then she sees her son. She's seeing her wife sitting up saying stuff to her. So, y'all, I'm just like, what is gonna happen with this? Like, what's gonna happen with Simone? Where is her daggone son at? Like, I had so many questions when it came to Ty. I'm like, how many personalities are there? Where's her son? Do we know if he ever got picked up from school? Because remember, they had the car accident.
Right.
When she was supposed to be on her way getting him.
Yeah, I was confused about it too. That was the only thing that kind of like, I didn't get enough. And then also too, with the symbol written in her hand,
yes,
it was kind of like, I'm like, what is going on? Like, yeah, the question does raise, how many personalities does she have? I feel like maybe 3. Because I feel like the person that follows the no eyes man, and we also got the aggressive one, and then I feel like I don't know, it feels like one that kind of shares some kind of conscience with her, like actually up, we actually kind of see like some kind of like, I don't understand how she's looking in the mirror and her reflection is, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that might be another one. I want to say it's about, oh, Miss T said she worried about the son.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I am too. I'm very concerned about that little boy.
I'm worried about Steve. That's who I'm worried
about. Yeah, we don't know whatever happened to Steve. We don't have no
Steve.
clue.
I think the son might be okay, but I'm worried about Steve.
Yeah, because I'm like, did they call, ACS? Like, does a family member come, child? Do she even know? Because right now, Ty's in and out of reality.
Right.
It's going to be interesting to see.
But she said Steve and the son are in danger.
Yes. Absolutely. So, of course, now, at first, I'm thinking that, Natalie was going to be on her way back home. So I was saying all this stuff Misty doing, I don't know what to say is for nothing, but I figured by the time Misty finished with her investigations that Natalie would probably be back, because I thought Natalie was going to be trying to hightail it out of there. But since she seemed to be sticking around,
right,
I'm like, I guess I was wrong about that part. But of course, Misty over here still doing her investigating, and she didn't realize that the person that he was saying was a witness was actually the guy that they know that be staying there at the hotel. So of course that plan wasn't going to work with her pretending to be FBI or whoever she was supposed to be pretending to be. It was like,
so funny. This was a funny thing to me. I don't know why. I like their chemistry.
Yeah.
Her and what's that boy name? Y'all know.
I done forgot his daggone name.
I forgot his name. I think they have really good chemistry, and I can foresee some type of relationship or some kind of bond actually.
So, and I like him as an actor too. That's why I was curious, like, what role he gonna be playing?
Hey, Moochie.
What's up, Moochie?
No, not his. I'm trying to figure out what his real name is. Is it Macaulay Culkin? No, is it? No, which shit.
Hey, just EJ, what's up?
Hey, EJ, I'm trying to figure out which one is it.
Yeah, I cannot think of his name, and I know he's been in a lot of movies. I like him.
Yeah,
but I can't think of it right now. It may come back to me.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. But yeah, it was so funny. She was like, hit him. She was like, what?
So they big plan, of course, end up being for her to go ahead and hide in the bathroom, call him on the phone, and feed him the questions to ask him. I said, Lord, what y'all about to do? What could go wrong? Right? Elijah Woods. Thank you, Miss
Elijah. Thank
you.
Yes, from the Lord of the Rings.
He been acting since he was little. Yes.
Yes. There it is.
Yes.
Yeah, he and actually, because usually I always thought he looked a little corny, but I think he was cute in this one. I was like, okay, I see you. Okay.
So I think my slides is mixed up because I think they was out eating before this. I don't know why they, sometimes StreamYard be mixing up the slides like they mix up the socks. I'm getting used to it now. But first they was out eating and he was in his feelings. Okay, he's still bringing up the affair. And on one hand, I get it, but on the other hand, I'm like, y'all got bigger issues than that now. And she was talking about not being bored. So at this point, I think he was saying he was about to do like a spur of the moment trip, take them to daggone
Yeah,
Virginia or somewhere. He was
Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yes.
And she was like, "What?"
Yeah. So in the midst of them doing that, he thinking that he ran this guy over, but of course this is just like a little setup thing where the person throw themselves out in front of you and he trying to scheme and basically stole the car from them. What you thought about this whole part?
Right. What really like solidified this scene for me is how cowardly he was acting and how we saw Shauna's darker side.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. And then we're gonna see
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more and when she go get the van back. But
Right.
I'll get there when I get there. But she was like, I got the gun now. I got the gun.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, he's just just a little scaredy. I don't know. If all he could think of is go to Williamsburg, Virginia, I'm like, that's it. Of everything that you want to do, Williamsburg, Virginia.
Yeah, that was Kevin's friend. That's the same one that Shauna saw at the hotel that time where she was like, oh well, don't say you saw me, and he was saying he was gonna keep his mouth shut and all that. So that's why Misty was like, nah, he know me, so he gonna know I'm not no daggone agent or nothing like that. But yeah, she flipped it on him. And on one hand, I could kind of get what the husband was saying, where he's like, it's not worth your daggone life. You just give the person the thing. He was like, what was so important in the car? And she started naming all kind of stuff and named some little stuffed animal. He was like, wait, the toy she played with, what he said when she was like 6 or 8?
Right. Yep. When she was 6.
Yeah. I thought she was, but yeah, Jeff was scared as hell.
I thought she was too. I thought it would have been a nice little twist. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, I think the mystery is to keep you guessing to see whether or not Shauna got it in her. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's what they were. That's
yeah.
what
they were. Yeah, definitely. Mm-mm-mm. I was like, okay, but of course he still got away with the car. And this was just basically more of Lottie showing Misty around and trying to make it seem like this is this one big happy family type of thing and telling her the story with the bees and all that. Oh, Nita, I think you got a super chat. Hey, that girl. Thank you for coming through.
Yes, honey. Thank you, that girl. I just saw it. Hi, boo. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hi, Nita and Tamika in chat. Watching y'all before the episode. This show is wild.
Oh, yes.
We not spoiling anything because this show is so freaking crazy. You can hear what we saying and it still ain't gonna make sense until you actually see it. Okay, so don't worry about it. Thanks for the super chat and thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I kind of started getting it as the episode was going on. I said, okay, Natalie got something on her sleeve. We know she ain't slow. We know she be on top of things. But like I said, I just kind of was expecting for her to be like, okay, girl, you said, y'all was going to give me a ride today. Where's my ride? So when she wasn't never bringing it up and she just was kind of going along, looking at everything and seeing everything, I was like, how long we going to be, doing this? But her facial expressions be having me cracking up. Because you could tell that Lottie really is believing everything she's saying, and Natalie just looking at her like, girl, nobody believe you but you.
Right, she is not here for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so of course we go back to them when they was younger, and at this point Natalie had decided that she was gonna take Shauna's remains and bury them, where everybody else's was.
Mm.
And I don't know y'all, but I kind of felt like the only people that felt bad for eating up our friend was Coach and Ty, and a little bit
Yeah,
of
nobody cared really.
yeah, they was just going on because somebody even made a joke initially when they first was getting up at the time, had her
Yeah,
fit.
talking about I guess we ain't hungry. We don't.
Right. I was like, wait a minute now, what's going on here? We really ain't bothered. Cause I thought we was gonna see more of everybody kind of taking in what they had did
Right,
and realizing
right.
it was like the only
It
ones
was
that
on,
really seemed
yeah, it
really,
was
really
Ty.
bothered.
Yeah, Ty and Coach, he didn't even do anything, but he was still distraught
Yes.
the whole situation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Very distraught.
Yeah. It was a little bit weird. I was like, okay, we just
Yes,
moving
we
on.
know Shauna got it. I'm just waiting to see it. I'm waiting to see
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, so they did agree that it was a good idea, and they was asking her if she wanted anybody to go with her. She said no. Then she didn't want Lottie to do that little ritual thing she be doing. She was like, "I'll be fine. I don't want that." And then of course this is when they get the idea of doing the baby shower for her. What you thought about that?
I thought it was crazy. I was just like, what? I mean, because for me, it feels like the baby is not even. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Normally we do baby showers closer to when the baby's coming or whatever. But I mean, I guess you in the wilderness, anything can happen. So I guess it was just like one of those things where you just want to distract and deflect your attention into a different direction, something that's more um happier, something that's
hmm
more jovial or whatever. So I guess that's what that was. But
Yeah, they definitely want to take their minds off stuff, take her mind off stuff. They
yeah,
was just basically, and then she also was kind of reassuring her, like, everything's gonna be great with the baby, and you're gonna be a great mom. And I'm like, okay, girl.
yeah. For some reason, I'm getting the feeling that that particular baby did not survive.
Yeah.
I want to say that. I do want to say that I'm getting some clues that I think when in episode 2, I think Lottie called it a hymn. But
hmm
for some reason, I want to keep on kind of like uh I feel like Lottie's on to something. Like I don't know what kind of supernatural whatever
hmm
that, but I tend to kind of want to believe what Lottie says, like when she says things like in like I feel Javi, like she was like I
Right.
feel like he's yeah. So I'm feeling like that baby that Shauna was pregnant with. I don't think that baby survived. I
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't.
It's gonna be interesting to see what exactly happened, but I definitely agree with you with that.
Yeah.
So of course this was just more of the whole interrogation with her telling him different stuff to say, and they had me cracking up when she was like, "Slap him, he lying."
So but he made a kid eat a frog in the parking lot. I was like, oh Lord.
And when he got up and was slapping him, he was like, "Whoa, God, what the heck is your problem?" Yo, that had me laughing. I ain't gonna lie.
This scene cracked me up. I loved
Mhm.
it. I loved it.
But he did finally get him to tell him, because he was like, "Thank her." He kept saying he couldn't think of nothing. He didn't see nothing strange. Finally, he was like, "It was people there in purple," and we know that, of course. A lot of people were there with the all purple, they little coat outfits. So I was like, "All right, maybe they getting somewhere now."
Right.
Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. Yeah, Coach didn't eat anything, and he looked even sicker now, and he looked so disgusted every time he even looks at them. Like that's making him more sick to his stomach. And then he was kind of having the hallucinations, the dreams, and different things of the nature. So that's why I was like, "Dad, Coach is like he looked through it. I mean, he looked worse now than when his leg first got cut off."
Right.
Yeah, Shauna did feel a little bad. That's when they were sitting by the window, and that's right before Lottie actually brung up the whole um you know shower idea, whatever the case may be, because she was feeling down and blaming herself, and Lottie was just kind of trying to say to her that it's not her fault. I said, girl, it's all of y'all if you want to really be honest. Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know, y'all, but we got a little bit. They got a little bit of info as far as that goes. So then, going back to them, this was interesting to me too. I said, child, all these people had some things with them. Well, on the one hand, with her, I don't remember what her name was that Todd was talking to, when she was saying something about how to take care of a baby and how to set the thing up for the baby because the baby rose in the sleep, and she was like, how you know so much about babies? And she mentioned that her sister had a son and that he was about 4 months when she left, so of course now he's gonna be a little bigger.
Oh, okay.
And then with the one that Misty was talking to, she over here talking about, well, that's not the first time I ate a person. I actually ate my twin when I was in the womb. I said, Lord, what you thought about this whole conversation?
It's so funny because the same thing happened to my son. My son absorbed his twin as well. So yeah, if don't nobody know, I had IVF with Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
and we put 2 embryos in. There were 2 embryos, but we ended up with only one. So
Wow.
so I thought it was funny. It was another one of them things I just kind of chuckled at. I'm like, well, where the hell did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
It felt so random. It felt so
Mm-hmm.
funny.
Yeah, it did. When she came out, because I know that can happen, but just the way she said it, because when she first said, I ate somebody before, I'm about to be like, you did, girl? What the heck? So, yeah, I thought that was interesting. And of course, them two are bonding now because they've kind of been the outcast that, nobody haven't want to be with. They always kicking the both of them out. Mm-mm-mm. So of course we still had the back and forth with him and remembering I guess the guy he was with before the crash or whatever the case may be, and them of course kind of being on two different pages because he wanted to give him the keys to move in with him, whereas he was saying, I'm still supposed to go to this trip and do all these things. What you thought about this?
Sorry.
Nita, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
had answer phone.
Oh, okay.
My bad.
That's okay.
What was your question?
No, I was asking what you thought about this part where the boyfriend like wanted to give him the keys for him to move in, and he was saying he had to get ready to leave to go, basically to take the flight to go with the girls for this championship that they thought they was gonna be going to. Really,
Right.
it just seemed like he wasn't ready to make it an official relationship and move in.
Right. And the other thing I will say, I bet you he regretting that shit now.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I bet you he regretting it. Mm-mm-mm.
Yes.
Misty will turn on.
Oh yeah, Miss T. Absolutely. Absolutely. Misty ain't got it all up there.
Right. It's definitely some screws loose. Right.
Right. He his daggone boyfriend's cooking now, right? Because the first
man.
thing he thought about was him in there making, what was it, a stew or something?
It looked like some kind of rice soup.
And he said, it tastes all right. I said, I bet you he wish he could have that food right now.
Right, because he's laying on that damn couch, delirious and starving.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Poor thing.
Yeah. Poor thing.
And like in his what do you call it? His memories. You remember I said he
Mm-hmm.
flashing his life flashing before his eyes. He
Right.
thinking about eating real food.
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely.
Right. Shoulda, coulda, woulda hallucinations. Come on, Miss T.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't want to eat Jackie. Mm-mm-mm. If y'all not subscribed to Muchella, make sure that y'all subscribe to her as well. We be doing some reviews on Snowfall and Love at the Lockup, and she does Power and a whole bunch of other shows. And just call me EJ. She stopped in earlier. If y'all not subscribed to her, check her out. She has a channel as well. Me and her actually do reviews on Zatima, and we will be doing that tonight at 8 o'clock. Check in.
All right.
So of course, this is when child, I'm forgetting these people named Natalie. This when she gets to the plane with the remains, and she's actually telling Jackie that she's lucky. What you thought about this part?
Yeah, I think she was telling Jackie that she was lucky that she don't have to go through, the craziness of what they have to like try to survive through. And so it almost sounded like Natalie was almost saying that she wish it was her. She might have some like survivor's remorse,
Yes, yes.
something like that, because of course, like whenever I watch shows, like I watch The Last of Us and stuff like that, I'm like, this, I don't want to live through this shit. Kill me now. I don't want to do it. I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's along those lines. Like it's just too hard to try to survive something like this or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And even she was even saying that it was about to get worse. Like she knew it was about to go from bad to worse. So she was like, you kind of lucky that you the first one to get up out of here, and you're not gonna have to deal with everything that's about to come.
Right.
So I said,
right. And see, like even as they grew older, like their lives didn't get any better. You know what I'm saying? Like, they still had to live with the trauma, and how it affected them, and how it affects their relationships, and how it just affects everything. So it's just crazy.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So of course at this point she hear a noise, she look, and she's seeing this big old thing. So of course she grabbed her gun. Child, what you thought about this? I was like, oh Lord, she about to get messed up, because I'm thinking back to how she, don't let them do that ritual on her no more. And they kept saying that's what keep them safe, and that she was been coming back. So I was like, is she about, well, I knew she wasn't about to get taken out, but I was just like, is she about to be hurt because she didn't let them do the ritual? But then this ended up actually just being in her mind too. So everybody hallucinating different things at different times.
Exactly. And I didn't even realize that. So that's a good point that you brought up or whatever. But I just thought it was some kind of omen. And because if I don't know if y'all watch House of the Dragon, but we saw like an albino moose.
Yes.
Like, in that show. And the men were trying to kill it as a symbol of like strength and whatever, but I heard that it's bad luck to kill those type of moose, because they are very rare, and so it will bring bad luck. So I'm glad it didn't do nothing to her, and then also too, I'm glad that she ended up not killing it, because brought like something bad, like
I definitely think Coach is up next. We even said that last week. We was discussing. Yeah. I said I'm Coach is me. I would probably be the one that would be eating, because I'm just saying, I'm gonna keep it real. And I got a feeling, especially with him looking so bad and him not eating anything and them not having no food yet, more than likely he probably the next one up out of here. Miss T says, was that Jackie's spirit animal? Could be. It could be. 1 minute she looked and it was there, and the next minute it was gone. I said, Lord.
Right. I thought it was really strange how it just disappeared like that. Like that's why I keep going with it might have been more so of an omen rather than some kind of danger or something. So I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Now this of course is when Van is finally realizing, okay, something more is going on with Ty.
Right.
Because she wakes up and she's able to have I guess she was doing her sleepwalking thing, but no, it was just another personality, because she was able to say, can I come with you? And she gave this person, whoever this person is, gave her the breakdown that I'm not Ty. And they like, well, who the hell are you? You know, she takes her to the tree where that print is on there. You know, you want to break down this scene?
Yeah, that was crazy to me. I was like, oh my God. So I love that we got the reveal, because the thing
Yes.
is that I thought we wasn't going to get the reveal until she got older. And so
Mm-hmm.
that makes me even more excited about what's
Right.
coming in the present day or whatever. So I love that we got the reveal. I love that, Van didn't, freak out or whatever. And she was really trying to figure out what the hell is going on. So she's like, who are you? And who, asking all the questions that we want to know. So I thought it was a good scene. And is that the sign that's in Simone's hand? Is that triangle?
Yes, yes. The
Okay.
same sign.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
definitely
and
a good
then she
scene.
brung up the person with the no eyes, and she was like, who's that? And of course, once she snaps Ty out of it, Ty don't remember none of this. She don't remember saying none of this. She don't remember walking outside, nothing. But I thought it was interesting that she said the no eyes person or whatever, because if we think back to season 1, remember, even when her grandmother was passing away, she started screaming and saying, no, I'm not going with you, they don't got no eyes. And so it seemed like she had been seeing the no eyes person ever since she was a child.
Right,
So
right.
I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, I thought that we couldn't really drag this out, but because we are charting so much territory and so much
Mm-hmm.
backstory, I think it's really, I don't know how compelling you're going to be able to
Right.
drag it out as far as trying to do the backstory and the front story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that's going to work out, but I mean, exploring these girls and their backstories is there's enough material to go there.
Absolutely. I agree. Um, Van will explain so much about the. Oh yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. Miss T says she thinks it really happened because the roof of the plane did fall. I don't know. One minute I felt like it really was happening too, and then the next minute I was like, "Wait a minute, did she just have that in her mind? Because did the what was that, a moose? Did it come and charge the plane and then just leave before she looked again? I don't know. I think they just kind of left it there for you. I guess your own interpretation of it, because
Right.
I definitely was like, wait, what's happening here?
Exactly.
So this was my one of my other questions as far as this scene goes, y'all. Um, did Shauna's husband mess up with talking to the cop in the gym? I personally feel like he did. I feel like they both keep making mistakes with this situation. What you thought about this whole thing here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They are digging their own grave. And then,
Mm-hmm.
for me, it feels like they're going to use the daughter as a scapegoat, because she going to figure out what's going on, but it's going to be their sloppiness
Mm-hmm.
is and Shauna's sloppiness of what's going to actually happen to them.
Yeah. I was like, why are you going over there? Why are you saying anything to him? Yes, Miss T, definitely trying to be hard. And then he getting up off the machine and telling one of the other guys that was about to walk to it, oh, I'm not done with it yet. Wait, and then going all up in the car face. And I was like, please don't tell me he about to hit him or do something, crazy to get his behind arrested. And then one hand you talking about, oh, you made my wife so upset with your visit, and it's like, why would your wife be upset by my visit? Then the next hand is like, oh no, she wasn't upset, but I'm just saying, what are you coming and questioning for her, her for? She don't have nothing to do with this. And whoever whatever person told you about this, they are definitely misinformed, not knowing it's his own damn daughter.
Right.
I was like, yo.
Too
Mm-mm-mm.
crazy.
Miss C says the daughter is underage. They could have a huge lawsuit against the police. Well, yeah, I did bring up her age last week and whether that was even going to be able to, stand up with them talking to her. But
Right.
I don't know, y'all. I was like, Jeff, you doing the most, okay? Definitely doing the most.
I was,
So,
I was like, what is he trying to prove?
what did you think about this? Break down this one with her going actually and her dad gonna call back like, nah, I'm getting my call back.
Where I told you it is something way more sinister to her. And so in this monologue, she was saying that there is something about, in a person's eyes when they know they're about to die. I said, oh bitch, she probably done killed a few of them. And I don't know if it's the group or it may be people that just stumble upon them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely, I was like, "Oh, okay, girl, we know something is definitely lurking underneath the surface with Shauna."
Absolutely. Like when he told her, your hands is shaking or whatever, just put it down, and he was still trying to act like he wasn't really taking her that serious and he was gonna pick up the phone or whatever. And she said no. She was like, listen, when she started getting into details saying, have you ever pulled back skin? I said, girl, what? Ain't nobody pulled back no skin but you. And how tough it is and all of that. And she said, my hand ain't shaking because I'm scared. My hand is shaking at how excited I'm getting at the thought of doing this. I said, yeah,
Exactly.
mister, you better sit your behind down, okay? She is not playing. I said, okay, Shauna. So yeah, Shauna definitely have a very, very dark side that I'm
Yeah.
sure her husband and nobody else probably knows about, but those that was there. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like, okay, he started getting scared then. So I think this was the last thing that coach we see with coach as far as him thinking, hallucinating, whatever. And it was interesting to me because it was kind of like if he changed his mind, I guess this is probably what he wish he did. Like he didn't get on the plane. He was saying if I would have got on the plane or whatever, and saying that he wouldn't have been living his life for Philly, whatever. And he was making the choice to come back and make sure that he spoke to him before he make a mistake and leave things the way they were. And I didn't get the screenshot for that, but I think when they were having this discussion, the TV actually was showing in the background the fact that the plane had crashed and they didn't know where it crashed at or whatever the case may be. So it would be like if, his life would have been different if he would have made that choice differently.
Oh, I didn't even get that. I didn't even see
That's
that.
what I was thinking. That was my perception of it. Because I said, wait a minute. I said, okay, so this is definitely not something that happened because we know he was on the plane, but it showed on the TV that the plane crashed. So I meant to get the screenshot of that, y'all. But child, I'm going to tell you how tired I was earlier trying to do these. So yeah, but I was like, wait a minute. So and of course, if you're in a situation like what he in right now, I probably would think about that too. Like, damn, if I would have only went back and not been here.
Right.
Okay, Miss T. She said yes. The news definitely made me realize it was a hallucination.
Oh, y'all gonna make me go back and watch it. Y'all gonna make me go back and watch it. I totally did not get that.
I
I
was like,
listen,
that.
that's
I
why I
felt kind of
love
bad
talking
for
about
Coach, man.
shows because
hmm
you get different points of views and
Right.
things that you don't even really you weren't even looking for. So I'm
hmm
definitely gonna go back and watch that.
Yeah. And at this point, this made me laugh too. Her gift was to get up there and do the monologue from Still Malone. Was Still Malone is right?
Yes, girl.
Yes, one of my favorite movies where Sally Field kills this part. But they said, why the hell would she choose this of all things?
Baby, when I tell you, when I was a young girl, that was my favorite movie. Sally Field did the damn thing in that movie. And baby, when she started doing it, girl, why it all came back to me. I knew it word for word. Knew it word for word. It was so good. I was like, that is just such a good Easter egg to just drop in there. It was just so good.
Yes, y'all. Don't forget to like the video, please, please, and subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Okay, if you were so inclined.
Girl, it was so good. It
Yes.
it was so good,
Because
Moochie.
at first they even was kind of making fun of her and was like, come on now, this is a daggone baby shower. And of all the scenes you could do, you're going to do a scene about a mother losing her child. But then they
Oh,
even had to stop and look at her like, okay, wait a minute.
she was doing it right. Yeah, it was kind of like a little bad omen. Like, girl, we don't want to be talking about no mother losing their baby. So,
Mm-hmm.
but girl, when I tell you she killed it, she killed it.
Yeah, she
I love it.
absolutely did.
She
She
did.
absolutely did. I was like, okay, Misty. And then she felt a little good because at the end they had to clap it up for her.
Yep.
But I was like, that was my movie, honey. And at this point, he had got up to go, check on Coach because he's like, man, these people are crazy. I ain't never been to a baby shower like that. And poor Coach, like I said, y'all, he just got the 1 foot he got is in the damn grave. What you thought about this part, Nita?
Right. 1 foot in the grave.
Mm-hmm.
1 foot that's gone.
Right.
That's down in the grave.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, oh, he just so disconnected and so like, I was like, oh, I just felt like he was really traumatized from that whole
Yeah.
scenario or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh man.
The part, well, I don't know if weird is the right word, but the part that I just thought was interesting was that the people that it was only about 2 or 3 people that interacted with him in this episode. We was mostly seeing him with his hallucinations, but when they did interact with him, they was acting like he was the crazy one. Like when he was looking at the girl, he was having a hallucination with her,
Right.
and she was like, "What?" And then with this part, when Travis comes to him, it's like, well, you've been acting weird. You've been acting off. Like, you don't think that is weird that he just seeing all of y'all, gobbling up this daggone girl. Like, why he's acting that way. So it was funny to me, just, everybody kind of looking at him like, what's wrong with you, dude?
Right. You the odd man out.
Right. Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, that really messed him up even more. Of course, that's when she all smiling with them giving her little claps and stuff. Yeah, and he hungry, but he ain't trying to eat no daggone bite. So at this point, he just laying there dying. I'm
Right.
like, Lord, I feel bad for Coach. I really do.
So for you, do you think that he's gonna die from his own hands, or you think he gonna let the girls do it?
Mm,
Because he almost feel like he is a tortured soul, and
yeah,
he might just want to put himself out of the.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going that way,
Right.
and
I kind of feel like he could possibly do that.
yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we didn't talk about the birds. What do you think that symbolized when all the birds dropped down? Maybe you
Yeah, I know I had this child. Like I said, these slides is mixed up. I had them somewhere in here.
know. Oh, okay.
But when they started arguing and all of a sudden the birds dropped, that's why I said this show, I just never know where they really
Right.
going with it, because it seemed like, which we already know, that some of them actually feel like, yeah, Lottie does say some things that's right, that comes to be. We can't ignore that. And you got the other half that feel like y'all really falling for all this bull crap. So I think they was in the mix of arguing about that. And Shauna nose has started bleeding. Then the next thing you know, we had the birds dropping. I was like, what the heck? I
Yeah.
didn't really know what
For
to say about that. And then they were saying that more than likely they was probably diseased. I think Misty said something about the iron or something that was in the air could have affected them, and we just kind of went to this shot of the window, like if they all had smashed into the window and then fell. So I don't know, y'all. I didn't know what to think about that. I was gonna actually ask y'all what y'all thought about that part.
I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure, but the fact that I don't know, it felt like the fact that that plane crashed at that particular site, and then that
Mm-hmm.
happened with the birds. I feel like there might be some kind of environmental, like you said somebody said something about the iron.
Mm-hmm.
Like in season 1, there was this river that was red. and it was like a stream of water and it was red or whatever, and it could have been something that was letting you know that there was something either underground, something that is, almost like the Bermuda Triangle,
Right, right.
like it's just like a little dead space
Mm-hmm.
in the atmosphere that will cause that type of thing to happen. Blood fell on the
Miss
symbol.
T said the blood fell on the symbol and then the birds dropped and definitely like, oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I be having to go back and watch this
Mm-hmm.
because I just
Mm-hmm.
be seeing stuff sometimes, but I'm not
Right.
putting it together. So
Yeah. So of course this part was interesting too. This is when she goes in the restroom at the hospital and I guess her other self is starting to emerge.
yes.
So we seen like her looking the complete opposite way, and the other one in the mirror still just staring, and then we see her turn around and kind of having to stare off with it, and then the other one is talking, well, mouthing the words, but you can't hear what she's saying, and of course she's yelling like, "What do you want? What are you saying?" and all that. What you thought about this part?
Yeah, like when I was reading her lips, it looked like she was saying, "Go to her, go to her." And
Mm.
so, and then she was like, "What are you talking about?" And then that symbol, the symbol kind of reminded me of the symbol that they've been seeing, the man with no eyes, the one
Mm-hmm.
that's in Simone's hand.
Mm-hmm.
It all looks like those symbols. And so
Mm-hmm.
I remember a lot of people, I think I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that they think that she's the antler queen, but I
Mm.
always thought Lottie was. But
Right.
it does give you pause, and it does
Mm-hmm.
like, could it be? Because we see something else like totally going on with her. Now, this person that's in the mirror with her, I'm wondering, is that aggressive one, the one that got her into the accident?
Mm-hmm.
That's who that looks like.
It does, that face. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, she definitely makes that face. The aggressive
Mm-mm-mm.
one. Like I said, I think it's three, but I don't know. It could be more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely could be more than that.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely interesting, y'all. I
I
don't
think that's
know.
Van's mask. Oh, go to her, go to her. And yeah, and so that would lead us to Van. So yeah, it could be.
And yeah, then she does that mark over her eye or whatever. Uh,
Yeah. But the thing
mm-mm.
about that I don't know. I always felt like Van was pretty much innocent in this whole thing. So, it really I didn't really see anything like really, really sinister with her. So,
Mm-hmm.
kind of throwing me off with that. So I don't know.
Yeah, we got more to see to find out what's going on. It's like they giving us these little, breadcrumbs. So when she asked her for her car, child, I said, "Girl, I would have told her no. You got to take a Uber or a Lyft." She asked her for her keys. Asked her if she drove here. Where
Right.
y'all think she was going to?
Too funny. Where you think? I think she going to Van.
We going to Van. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think she knows exactly where she is. I don't know like what all happened to them and why they're not friends in present life or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
I think she knows where she is, and
Okay, yeah.
yeah, that's where I think she's going.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Van is the only one who talks to the other Taia. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm, yeah. So, these two, of course, this basically I think she like gave him some story as to why she always was like messing with him with his theories that he had with that case. But that's basically because she wants him to back off of that case and you
Right.
know
There's a whole lot of other shit can come
hmm But
falling
you
off.
could pretty much see that they like each other.
Right. Absolutely.
hmm So I was like, I don't know if this is gonna become her new boo thing or what.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. I don't know.
Miss T said Tia called the lady who Misty took out with the cigarette and she is on her way to Van. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
hmm Yeah, so I'm like, okay, y'all. Now, this was, a little cute moment, I guess, because the husband said she don't want that daggone bed. That was like when she was a little girl, but as soon as she put that bed in, she sure did reach out for it and snuggled up with it.
Right.
Oh, God. So I was like, okay. I guess she did kind of know what she was talking about. So of course, yeah, this was just when he got home and he like, how the hell the van got here? So do you think they're gonna actually have a serious conversation? Is he gonna tell her about him approaching the daggone cop? Is she gonna tell him the truth about how she got the van back?
I guess. I guess. I mean, he's so. I don't know. I guess so. I guess so. I was about to say. I was like, I don't know what I want to say about him, but I just feel like he's just so timid. Like
Mm-hmm. He is.
I just don't know. But I think there's no reason to hide it. She feels. I think she can trust him. I
Mm-hmm.
think he's in it with her, even though we do see some kind of weird stuff. Just him trying to cope with what is going on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I still feel like he got her back 100%.
Mm-hmm. Miss T says, I think he is Adam's brother, and
Mm,
that's why he is so interested in Misty's
I
theories.
can see that. I can
I
see.
could see that too. I definitely feel like it's more to him. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think he's telling her the 100% truth, just the same way she's not telling him the 100% truth. I
Hmm.
definitely feel like he's a little eccentric and extra, just like her. They seem like kind of two sides of the same
Same
coin, if that
coin.
makes sense. So I don't know. I'm definitely interested in seeing how much more they're gonna bring out of what exactly is his story and what he's about in this season. We shall
Hmm.
see. I'm interested.
I think so. I think that there's more to him than meets the eye. So I think
Mhm.
we're definitely going to delve into him more.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Y'all hear my cat? She done woke up.
Right. She sounds like she is just a talking.
Okay. So this part, I was like, "Child, what are y'all doing?" Of course, she had Misty in the class and telling this girl that she want to take back revenge and all that. What you thought about this part?
I didn't give it too much thought. I don't know. I don't think I gave it too much thought.
Yeah, I was pretty much like, okay, what's going on here? Because one minute she looks so angry, then the next thing she letting the anger go and giving Misty a hug, and Misty just looking like, what the hell?
She got the craziest look on her face.
Yes.
Yeah, I just think Natalie is just taking it all in. She's trying to, just
Mhm.
piece some things together. And like you said, I thought that she was going to try to make it back to Misty so they
Mhm.
can, move forward. But it looks
Right.
like she's going to be delving into Lottie and see what's going on with her.
Yeah, she's definitely not convinced at all. She like, y'all are so full of crap, but okay.
Exactly.
Okay, so this was we already talked about that. That was basically when her nose started bleeding and then
Right.
her, telling him to pick up these birds. I thought it was interesting too that it was like Van kept looking at Ty kind of like, I don't know if I want to say permission, like approval. She knows that Ty doesn't really believe in all this stuff, whereas she's starting to believe in it because she's like, look, we can't deny, like I said, that
Right.
Lottie haven't been knowing about stuff. And then, of course, we get to grown up Lottie, and now it seems as if she's having hallucinations again in the present time. What you thought about all of this? Because she
Right.
thought the bees was dead, and I was like, what's going on here?
Exactly. More questions, more questions. Because I thought this wasn't this like a beehive?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then we
Mm-hmm.
see blood all on them. Oh, I was like, ooh. And then the only thing I could think of is because bees are yellow jackets that there's
Mm-hmm.
some type of omen that all of these girls are basically gonna get picked off in present day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I kind of got from that. And
Yeah.
she might be the one behind it, or she may know about it or something. And then there was a song that was playing, talk about something else is coming, something else.
Mm-hmm.
It was I don't know who sung it or whatever, but the words were something else is coming. So
Yeah, because it seems as though she hadn't been getting visions for a while, at least from the little bit they showing us. So it seemed like she got visions once she supposedly encountered Travis again, and now she's getting visions again while Natalie is there. So I don't know if any of that is connections or I'm reading too much into it, but she definitely was bugging out. She thought all the bees had died. There was blood everywhere. And the next thing you know, little old lady coming up talking about, girl, you ready for lunch?
Oh
Like,
yeah, and
what you doing?
she said something in French. And I
Mm-hmm.
don't know exactly what she said. I don't know what it means or anything, but
Mm-hmm.
she did hallucinate that, or she heard it.
Right.
He was like, I just asked you, are you going there for lunch?
Yeah, she did give Natalie the tour and told her about what they due to the queen bee. So I figured it coincided with that when she came back now, and it was like she thought all the bees was dead and everything, but come to find out, that was just a hallucination. When she looks again, they're all completely fine and you could hear them buzzing. So I just was like, okay, girl.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it's something else like that. The man with no eyes is
Mm-hmm.
kind of telling them and giving them these things or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
I just think that, yeah, it's something. It feels like something like
Miss
kind
B
of
says he
final.
wants blood.
Do y'all understand how the movie Final Destination and
Mm-hmm.
how they were supposed to die in a plane crash and
Right.
got picked off or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
That is what this is giving me.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
could see that.
And Travis was first, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was the first one in the adult life that went, and it felt like it was something supernatural about that. Then also too, Lottie was involved in that. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like my tinfoil hat is just tingling. Yeah, we'll see.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting to see how the rest of this season plays out. So guys, that is pretty much the episode. Put it in the comments, let us know what you rated this episode, what you like, what you didn't like, all that good stuff. Again, if you come on the replay, let us know. And
Yeah.
replay game that you came through, how you like the episode, what you rate the episode, and all that good stuff. We want to hear from you.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead. Since we talked through it and everything, what do you think? Do you have a rating for 1 to 10? A
Um,
to F. What you
I
got?
think I'm gonna give this one. Hmm. I'll give it like maybe a 7.5 or 8.
That's what
Because
I
I
gave
felt
it.
like it did answer some of our questions that we literally brought up last week. It
Right.
also left us with more questions.
Hmm.
I think it was a good, yeah, just like Miss T said, a good setup episode to let us know kind of like the direction we going in and what else we gonna be looking for. And we know that they're gonna keep giving us some answers, some questions, some breadcrumbs. But
Right.
yeah, I thought overall it was a
Yeah.
good episode.
Yeah, I said 7.5 too. So
Mm-hmm.
we right along the same.
Yeah, I definitely like how they
Definitely a setup episode.
Mm-hmm.
Not much. I mean, a lot of stuff happening, but not no
Right.
like fireworks. No
Mm-hmm.
fireworks happening, but it was some things.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you got coming up on your channel, Nita? You want to tell them anything to look out for?
I'm gonna be getting some things done. I'm gonna be getting some things done. Just make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, you turn your notifications on, and I'll be dropping some content. I'm actually studying to take my real estate exam this week.
Okay.
So this weekend, my test is on Saturday. So I am kind of gonna be, but I think I'm gonna dedicate like a specific point of time to get
Mm-hmm.
things done, and that's what we're gonna do. So just turn your notifications on, some movie reviews, of course. Power was
Right.
a great episode, so really digging where that's going. So yeah, just
Okay.
just
That
be on
sounds
alert.
good. Yeah, so for me, I have Zatima tonight at 8 o'clock with Just Call Me EJ. So if anybody is watching Zatima, come back through, check that out. And um I think I have Snowfall and Love at the Lockup. That's Thursday and Friday. So probably Bel Air on Wednesday, something like that. And I may do like a little small recap on the next episodes of Zatima. I think that's the last ones, 9 and 10. But normally I wasn't even doing the small recaps. I was just doing it live with EJ. So it's like if I have time, then I'll do it because I did have some people requesting it. But if I don't, then you know, either way, y'all will see the live. So either come in on the live or catch it on the replay. But that's all I got right now. Of course, me and Moochie do Snowfall and Love at the Lockup together on Thursdays and Fridays. We rotate that. So, yeah, that's about it, y'all. But I definitely appreciate y'all coming through.
You.
Yeah, I gotta watch the daggone latest episode of Succession. That show was so good.
Oh my God, girl. You have to watch it because don't get spoiled.
Yeah, I have to watch it. I've been so mixed up with so many things I ain't get to watch it. And I seen somebody put up a review and I was about to watch the review and I'm like, no, let me watch the episode first. But yeah, y'all make sure that y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank everybody that came through. Daria, Miss T, of course, always coming through with the good little tidbits. And she stopped in, EJ stopped in. Thank y'all so much, Samara, Brillo. I appreciate you all.
Appreciate y'all.
And we will see y'all next time.
All right.
Oh Lord, wait a minute. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'll be
your
on.
Outro.
All right, y'all. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.